It's something you know you need to do, and it's probably been on your to-do list since you had your first child. But how do you choose guardians for your minor children? Stick around, I'm about to go over it with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm the estate planning mom, and my name is Krista Hermance. I am an estate planning attorney licensed to practice law in California, and I help families with minor children protect their kids and their estate through estate planning. I am giving away a free download, 5 common mistakes to avoid when naming guardians for your minor children. Make sure to sign up at the link below. Today, we are going to be talking about choosing guardians for your minor children. I'm going to go over 10 different things that I think that you should consider when choosing those guardians. So the first one, this one I think is super important, and it's basically just the why do you need to nominate guardians for your minor children. If something happened to you and the other parent of your child, the court would have absolutely no idea who you would want to be guardians. So they would be making a decision based on what they have on their file in terms of what the best fit for your kids would be. So I understand that a lot of people delay in doing estate planning and choosing guardians for their minor children because they don't know who to decide on. Please don't make this a reason to not nominate guardians for your children. Just get someone put on there that you think could muddle through the process. Number 2, so who can you nominate as a guardian for your children? Well, you can nominate relatives. That could include your parents, siblings, aunts and uncles, cousins that you have. You can also nominate friends. So maybe you have some family friends that are very close to your children. Maybe you go on vacation with them. They see your kids a lot, and your kids are very comfortable with them. They would also potentially be a great guardian for you to choose for your children. Okay, number 3, how well do the guardians that you're looking at choosing know your children? It's very important that your kids feel safe with them, right? If something were to happen to you, you would want the guardians that would be raising your kids to have a relationship with them, the kids to know them, to feel comfortable with them, to feel safe. Sometimes I have clients that may choose a relative that's located across the country. At that point, you want to make sure that your kids know who those guardians are and have a relationship with them. You wouldn't want to put your child in a situation that if something happened, they had to move across country and didn't have a relationship, so they were going to live with a stranger. That's super important to make sure that they have a relationship. If you did nominate somebody that didn't have a relationship with your child, maybe this would be a good opportunity for you to have them start being a part of the child's life. Get to know them so that the child becomes comfortable with them and knows them and feels safe with them. Okay, number 4, you want to choose guardians that share the same parenting styles with you. Okay, they have the same values, whether that be moral or health and religious beliefs. You want to make sure that whoever you choose as guardians is going to parent with the same style that you would want parented as, if that was something that was important to you. So it's important that you look at all of those different factors when choosing a guardian. Okay, next, number 5, the location of where the guardian is located. So if it's somebody that's local to where you live, there might not be much disruption for the children if something were to happen and they had to stay in the same area. Whereas if, like on my previous example, somebody lived on the other side of the country, then the kids would get uprooted and moved over to where they live. Now that could be very hard, especially if somebody was maybe in middle school or high school and they had their whole life in this one place and then were getting moved after losing their parents. I have seen some clients where they actually have worked it out with their siblings that they have nominated as guardians, where if something were to happen to them, the guardians would actually move cross country to their home to live in their house to raise their kids. Now this is just one example of what a family is doing, but I do know other families that have kind of similar plans in place with their guardians. Okay, next, number 6. You want to look at the age of the guardians that you're choosing. I see this a lot because the families that I work with generally are younger, and so their parents are in good health. But the thing to think about when you consider your parents or the grandparents of the children, are those grandparents in good enough health to be able to raise a toddler? Are they going to be able to chase after them all the time? And then going through the different stages of life with them. So, from being a baby and then toddler to elementary school to preteens to teenagers, is that something that they're going to be able to do throughout their lifetime so that your child is benefiting from having them? Or would it be a better fit to have somebody younger as the guardian, maybe a brother and sister or a cousin or close family friends? Definitely things that you need to consider. Okay, number 7, we are looking at how they are with money. Okay, so maybe the guardians that you want to nominate aren't the greatest with money. Well, you can actually identify somebody else to manage the money, like an executor or a trustee of the child's estate, where the guardian would be focused solely on raising the children, so that there would be that separation, that you wouldn't have to worry about a guardian that wasn't great with money having access to all of the money. Okay, so then you can just focus on a guardian that's going to love your children. Number 8, you want to choose at least one primary guardian and 2 alternate guardians or backups for your guardian nomination. And the reason for this is that you want to make sure that if something ever happened, there was a plan that if the first person that you've identified can't do it, you have backups. What if your best friend was in the car with you and there was a car accident and she was the only one that was listed as your guardian? Then you would have nobody left over or back as a backup to be able to be the guardian. So it's so important that you have at least one primary and 2 backups. Okay, number 9, check with the potential guardians to make sure that they're okay being guardians. So have a discussion with them before and just say, hey, I am doing my guardian nomination for my kids. I would love for you to be a potential guardian. Do you have any questions? Are you okay with it? Can I list you down? And just check and see what they say. You never want to catch somebody off guard. You always want to have that discussion with them, because when you have somebody down as your guardian on the list, if something were to happen, they don't have to be guardian. They can decline. So you want to make sure that you have the complete buy-in from the people that you're choosing as guardians, that they would be okay with it. Okay, last one, number 10. You can review your guardian nomination as much as you want, but I definitely recommend anywhere between 1 to 3 years checking that nomination form and seeing who you have listed. Are all of those people still in good health? Have they gotten married? Have they gotten divorced? Are they still good with your children? These are all kind of factors to consider when reviewing that document, but you have the ability to do that as often as you want. So make sure that if there are any life changes that happen, you have that document updated immediately. Now is the time to finally get this crossed off your to-do list once and for all and get your kids protected. If you need help in nominating guardians for your minor children, please reach out to us so we can help you get started. And don't forget that I am giving away a free download, 5 common mistakes to avoid when nominating guardians for your minor children. Make sure to sign up at the link below and comment if you have any guardianship questions. Thank you so much. Have a great day.